Okay, well today I was looking at my wall here and you can see there's a big tall wall that's a perfect microclimate, but I've got a pretty tight little fit and I decided that there's a spot that I can squeeze a palm tree in here. Surprise, surprise. So what I'm gonna try to do is put this Bulgaria in there. This is a Trachycarpus fortunei Bulgaria. These palms sourced from seeds, obviously out of Bulgaria. We've done quite a bit of looking into them. They're supposed to be, hardier than a fortunei, but I sort of doubt that type of stuff. I've seen quite a few people on YouTube that had spears pull and everything on them, but anyway, it should be about the same hardiness as a fortunei. Maybe if I'm wrong, maybe it's better, but anyway, so we're gonna put this little Bulgaria in that spot and trim back this tree a little bit, and so eventually we're hoping that palm will run all the way up this wall and be sort of protected. This is a huge tall brick wall and it'll be right in the middle. It'll be right by this other Trachycarpus. We're gonna end up putting it just about 18 or 20 inches from the wall here, and so I'll give you an update when we get a little work done on it. And okay, so I got the palm out in the pot. A little winded, it took a little bit of pulling to get that out of there, but you can see the roots are going crazy on this palm. It needs to be in the ground. This palm, like all palms, will grow 2 or 3 times the rate in the ground that it will in a pot. At least that's been my experience. What you want to look for here is real white, good roots. And while most palms, you have to worry a lot about disturbing the roots, windmill palms are not as sensitive. I'm gonna take and make sure these roots on the bottom are not like completely compacted. I'm not gonna like tease everything a whole lot, but make sure it's just not completely compressed. And got our tarp out, getting ready to put some dirt on it. Got our planting hole ready there. Cut a couple limbs on this tree. You can see we got a huge tall wall for this palm to grow up, and I'm gonna get to digging. I'll talk to you guys in a minute or two when I get a hole dug. Okay, so I got my palm, trying to shake as much of this potting soil out of here. You don't really want this, you don't want to get too rough with your palm, but you don't want this potting soil to go in the ground with your palm ideally, because this is going to create a big pocket of wet area, which these windmill palms like wet, but you don't want to create a pond. If you're here, I'll see what our dirt looks like. It's pretty much solid clay. It had a little bit of darker topsoil or some stuff that over the years has composted into it. But if you take a clay hole like this and you mix in a lot of potting soil and different stuff, you just create what's basically a pond. When you're out on a farm and you make a pond, you line it with a big layer of clay. It's one way to get it to hold water. And so you don't want to put your palm back in here with anything but native soil. And if you want to, in my case, I'm going to mix a little bit of homemade compost in with the soil, but not much. Put a little on top and then mulch it. And so you don't want to go into this hole and put potting soil or store-bought soil or that sort of thing, at least here in Tennessee or anywhere where you have this clay type soil. You just want to plant these windmill palms, Trachycarpus, direct into the clay soil as much as possible. So I'm gonna try to get it planted. I can't film that part, but I'll show you afterwards. Okay, I got it in there. Before we go any further, I want to tell you guys something. You guys may not know how YouTube works, but I think I make some money off this channel or something, but I don't make anything off this channel. You have to have a lot of subscribers and a lot of views to make any money on YouTube. And so this channel's not monetized, but it helps me if you subscribe and like the videos, because the more people watch it, the more I feel like you know, I'm actually doing some good. But anyway, so we're going to finish up this planting, and you'll see what we like to do with the palms is put them just slightly above soil level, and because you don't want water running in there in wintertime and freezing and that sort of thing in these cold areas. So I'm going to finish filling up the dirt with some of the loosest clay that's mixed with just a little bitty bit of compost, and when I get toward the top 3 or 4 inches, I'm going to mix in a little bit of osmocote, because this palm is already you know, established good. We're not like shocking it too much or whatever, putting it in this hole. So I'm going to finish up doing that, and I might tinker with the placement of the palm a little bit, and then we'll put some mulch on it, and this will be about done. We're gonna, as I'm putting it in, we're gonna water in the clay to make sure it gets down in there. Push it down in there and make sure you want to fill in any. All right, so there's the finished product. Gonna have eventually a large palm, 2 large palms going up this big wall with a little overhang. So they've got plenty of room to grow. That should be a good spot for them in the winter, even though we'll probably still have to protect them if temperatures go below 10. On this small palm, we want to protect it for another year or 2, real careful. Temperatures go under 21, because this palm, as you can see, does not meet my minimum growing standards of having a full-size trunk and producing about 10 fronds a year. That's when I really think you can start letting them go a little bit. I'll show you. This is a full-size trunk. This is not a full-size trunk. This trunk's, you know, 8 or 10 inches. This palms have started to grow. It may be this year grow the 10 fronds more to meet the requirements. Got a lot larger spear. The small spear will freeze in temperatures under 21 degrees if you have ice and that sort of thing, so you need to be careful with these small palms. But in the ground, this palm's gonna be much happier, and should do a lot better here. So we'll see how things go, and hope you guys are everybody's having a good day, and we'll see you next time.